As Arthur awoke, he found himself amidst an existentialist conundrum of Oedipal proportions. Having no idea where or whom he was with, his eyes began to diligently survey the room for clues. It was at that moment he began to realize the impending illegality of the previous night. Having noted both the cut and make of the girl's equestrian attire, Tolstoy's standard prep school lit Anna Karenina, and the rather precocious Lolita sunglasses that rested on the nightstand, Arthur rendered the girl could be no older than 17, and most likely was younger.
Chloe, you're gonna be late for school.
Shit.
Hello?
It's me.
You okay?
I've done something terrible.
Well, Arthur, what happened?
I think I pulled a Polanski. Some girls, women, can be very mature for their age. I mean, at times she felt older than me. I mean, what's 18? 18's an arbitrary number, really, isn't it?
Arthur, you have consistently pursued women that you're not going to end up with. And then when it doesn't work out, just confirms your worst beliefs.
It's not my fault,
No one said it was your fault.
okay? I mean, you know how I get.
I do.
You know that.
I do.
I'm a mess. I'm in the middle of staging a new play, and I'm a mess.
I'm sorry. And then what?
Anyway, then we had sex. It was pretty good, actually. A little too good. I got it. Hello?
Hi, it's me.
What are you doing? How'd you get this number? It's George. George at the theater. You can't call me here.
Arthur, I've got to see you.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Arthur, I'm pregnant.
What?
Okay, I'm just kidding. But I know you love me.
Oh, God. Oh, that's too funny. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow, buddy.
Have you thought any more about what we talked about?
We've been through this 100 times. You know, the timing's all wrong. I have a new play going up. Our stocks are low. The environment is in shambles. I thought we had a whole conversation about carbon footprints. I mean, I might...
Arthur, I want a family.
Why don't we sort of ebb our way into it? Get a kitten. Save a kitten. Get a kitten with cancer.
It was at that moment Annette began to fear that Arthur would never give her the child she so desperately wanted to conceive. Over the following weeks, Arthur's paranoia had become increasingly debilitating for both his relationship and his work. Auditions for his new play began in a week, and he needed to focus.
So, what's your new play about?
Well, it's called The Romantic Egoist.
Yeah, so it's autobiographical.
You know, I'm usually the first to insist that my plays are a work of fiction, but this time it's questionable.
And how does Annette feel about that?
She hasn't read it yet. You know, things haven't been good lately. I'm waiting for the right time. You know, ever since the Polanski. Yeah, I'm racked with guilt. But there's some small part of me that's... it's all turned on by this.
Well, don't you think that Annette would find it slightly ironic that she wants to have a child? And you, well, you slept with one.
Okay, this one's not my fault. You know, I love Annette. I do. You know, she's successful. She's very attractive. And by all social conventions, she's age appropriate. But if I'm truly honest with myself, things have not been good for a while. I mean, theoretically, I want to make it work. But it seems like life just keeps getting in the way.
As Arthur and Annette approached their home that afternoon, the door was ajar, and a nearby lamp flipped on its head. Arthur immediately deducted that Chloe had been the culprit.
One second.
But even in light of such events, Arthur was still attracted to the young girl. Possibly even more so.
Lupe, can you bring in the first actress?
Lupe?
Yes. Okay.
As Arthur mindlessly auditioned actresses, he couldn't help but think of his adolescent stalker. His every waking thought was consumed with her image. Arthur had been so distracted that morning that he had mistakenly left a copy of his play on the boudoir. Annette, who had been left in the dark concerning its contents for some time now, curiously began to leaf through it. What she discovered was rather unsettling, to say the least. At present, she had consumed nearly 2 bottles of Côte d'Or. Arthur, of course, was completely unbeknownst to this fact.
Well, you're not supposed to read this. This is a first draft.
I feel violated. Do you really see me like that?
Like what? The confused but idealistic transgender brother in the denouement?
Abigail always needed a certain amount of drama in her life. She didn't know what to do with herself otherwise. She constantly created paradigms she couldn't win, even on the smallest scale.
Abigail. No, it's not you. It's not you.
What do
She's
you
an
take-
amalgamation of different
What do you take
women.
me for, Arthur? Some half-wit reporter. This isn't a fluff piece. This is our lives. I don't want to be your news anymore. I want a tangible relationship. Are you writing my words down?
No, honey, it's loosely based on.
Look, I know how loosely it's based, okay? I lived through it.
It's the first draft. It's a terrible first draft.
I want a baby!
Honey, I don't understand. I just come home and then, the timing is all wrong. I'm in the middle of putting up a new play.
Arthur and Annette had fought before, but never quite like this. The two devolved into their usual unsightly discourse and premarital resentment. As if routine, she desperately pleaded for a child. And as if routine, he deferred to the socio-political climate and the growing necessity for carbon neutrality as excuses. But she could see right through him. She was always going to be a distant second to his work, Arthur, on the other hand, decided to write down their decisive argument, for he deducted the dialogue was quite rich and would be helpful for an upcoming rewrite.
Well, it's official. It's over.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't be. Things haven't been good for a while. You know, I don't think she ever fully recovered from the fact that you two had a second child. I mean, you had a kid and her biological clock went haywire.
Well, I'd invite you over to stay on the couch, but one of the little guys is sick, so.
I take it you two still aren't,
Unfortunately now, 3 months now, almost 4. It's like she's on some postpartum diet that involves sexual deprivation.
Spencer's nearly 2.
That damn new age diet.
Check.
As Arthur proceeded to pay his tab, he stumbled across the torn piece of paper with Chloe's number. He was rather inebriated at this point and deducted he had nothing to lose. Well, except getting arrested.
Hello?
It's me.
What happened?
I did it again.